Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Going into an amazing weekend. I do want to talk today about top reviewers voted on by the viewers themselves. Yes, last week you guys put in the comments who you thought your top Transformers reviewers are on YouTube, and I compiled a list. I thought I was going to put them all in this one video. Turns out it needs to be a series. I'm going to do about 20 in this first video, and then about 2 weeks from now I'm going to do another video. And if you see that there's somebody that you want on the list, then put it in the comments below and I'll add it to it. But anyway, let's get take a look at these top reviewers. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't. I'll give you my thoughts on each one. Coming up. Alright, so we're trying to keep this under 20 minutes, and I really don't think it's fair to throw 45 names in one video. Someone's going to get lost. But we're going to start with Deluxe. And Matthew Deluxe Baldwin, great dude. Really, he's been in the game for a while, and he does this thing he calls Floor Time here. He does something a little bit different, but he was part of the Shattered casts, and I really enjoyed those guys on there doing the, I don't know if it's not really a live stream, it's just kind of a podcast talking, and it was fun. That thing just doesn't happen anymore. But Deluxe is full of knowledge. He's got lots of different Transformers, many different iterations of the same characters over different lines, over different years and decades. So he's got a huge collection, but still always kind of fun to hear what Deluxe got to say. And I gotta give it to him, he did a better job of transforming the Stegosaurus from King Toys than I did. So great job, Deluxe. Check him out, Deluxe Baldwin. Next up we have Rodimus Primal. I gotta say, he's a big Transformers YouTuber. He does amazing retrospectives on characters that go so deep into the lore, and I don't even know where he finds some of the information. So fantastic job. I love watching those videos, and he does make some of those videos that you want to watch multiple times. Really great job there. Lately he's been getting into the news, and I like that too. I like watching news, and when he talks about all the different stuff that's going on, gives his perspective, and adds a little bit more information than what you see on the surface. So pretty good dude, Rodimus Primal, and he's been around for a while. Really got lots of subs, big YouTuber, and if I'd be shocked if anybody that watches my channel doesn't know who he is already. But check him out. If you don't know Rodimus Primal, check out his channel. Next up is Dr. Lockdown. Now, I didn't really find a screenshot of the guy himself, so I didn't really want to throw that in there. But with it, this is one of his screenshots, his thumbnails, and I did watch one of his videos. It was quite lengthy, appeared to be relatively scripted, and almost an hour long, and really kind of interesting end. And of course he's talking about what we're talking about, what the HasLab is right now, but he's talking about the original figure. So one component of the Omega Prime, but he did a pretty good job talking about it and showcasing it, giving a lot of extra background information. So great informative channel, and lots of subs. I'm surprised I've never heard of him before, and I'll probably watch several more of his videos to give him more of a shot and see what else he's got going on out there. But if you've never heard of Dr. Lockdown, I think 5 or 6 people recommended him, so he actually has quite a following. Really great content, really good dude, Dr. Lockdown. Check him out. Next up, we have Influences Interest, which I've talked about him in one of my videos where I was talking about people that I watch, other YouTubers that I've been watching. He started showing up on the radar a little while ago for me, and I kind of like a few things that he does. Number one, he puts out videos talking about discussion videos, but he also does review videos. But the interesting thing was a couple of the things that he did, like the Cyan Culture, the Metroplex, and showing how to put all the batteries in, giving me an idea of what to expect, what's to come. But that was very helpful. But a lot of his videos are helpful. I like to get his take, and it's really cool to get all these people's refreshing ideas and takes on the collecting, on the hobby. And another great one, so I would definitely recommend Influences Interest if you are interested in finding someone else that does a great job. Next up we have Perspective In, and I've got to say this was an interesting video. I did watch a couple of his videos. I noticed that he speeds them up, speeds up the audio a bit, but that's basically saying if you have an 18-minute video from him, it's really a 27-minute video compressed down. There's a lot of information in there, and it's kind of fun to check out what he's talking about. So I watched one of his videos that was a retrospective video that talked about the legacy figures and a wave that came out. And I've got to say that I really didn't pay too close attention. I don't pay as close attention to Hasbro as I do with the third-party stuff and the Takara and the Legends and the Masterpiece. But it was kind of interesting to kind of see this stuff all came out together and what he talks about, the good and the bad. And it is kind of funny. He does kind of throw some jokes in there. And yeah, I can see why he gets aggravated about stuff he gets aggravated about. But it was a good watch, enjoyable, perspective end if you want to check them out. Next up is Jobby the Hong. And I've got to say that this guy, his videos are great, but it's an acquired taste. But a lot of people have acquired the taste for Jobby the Hong. I think you need to be 27 years old to watch his video. I mean, 18, you're still too young. Okay, 82 years old to watch. No, but seriously, it's funny. He's got a lot of great jokes in there. And it's almost like it's ADD in a way, because every 3 seconds there's something changing in his video. It's almost too much, too fast. Till you get used to it, then you expect it. But I gotta say, he does a really great job with the reviews, and he's got a lot of fun angles and funny jokes and keeps it entertaining. I have to say, he is definitely very entertaining. One of my friends, though, said that his style of video, he copied somebody else. And here's what I got to say about that. So let's say he copied someone else that doesn't make videos anymore. Well, guess what? Now it's his style, because nobody really knows the other guy that doesn't make videos anymore. He owns this style, this type of video. And if someone makes a video trying to copy this type of video, then you're like, oh, you're trying to be Jobby the Hong. It's always funny. People always do it. I mean, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. But I think his videos are great. He does a really great job. And with that, it's a lot of fun. I actually like to get his take on figures. And he's the kind of reviewer that can review a figure that came out 8 months ago and is going to get more views than anybody simply because it's entertaining. Jobby the Hong, check him out. Next up is Bobby Skullface. I did talk about him in a recent video, talking about community and as an example with it comes to KOs. And I disagree with him on it, but he's a great YouTuber, does great work. He actually is very critical, and he's known for the joke about he breaks stuff. I don't think he breaks that much stuff. I just think that it's magnified whenever he does. And, well, okay, he runs over stuff with his car, he hits it with a bat. I mean, yeah, he breaks stuff like that, but does he break it on purpose? Well, I don't know. I don't think he really does. I think he further damages it if he breaks it by mistake. But I do want to say I like his skits. In the KOs are not okay kind of video that he made, the Robert Boneface skit, hilarious, funny as heck. I loved it. Even though I completely disagree, we're on opposite spectrums of that. Now, one thing I do want to point out, though, is that he was really focused on Star Wars for a while. He went deep into Star Wars. Looked like he was spending way more time on that than on Transformers, but only getting about a third of the views from Star Wars. Then when the Gina Carano thing happened, he quit making Star Wars videos. I don't know if that's related or not, but I'm sure one of you patrons would tell me in the comments below why he quit Star Wars so suddenly. Bobby Skullface, check him out. I'm sure you probably already know who he is. We got a new guy on the scene that started making videos on YouTube in 2005. No, I actually don't know. 2005 is the first year of YouTube, which is why that joke should be funny. But this is Imgo. Took a screenshot of him, and I gotta say, this guy is probably the best at transformations. We're gonna look at a couple others that do a really good job, but he is the best when it comes to transformations. Hands down. I can't even touch the level of perfection and skill at the transformations that he does. It is amazing. And with that, lately he's been doing some live streams and stuff, so it's changing up the content a bit. I noticed that someone like him that's been on the platform for so long, if you just look at his first videos and you look like 3 or 4 years later, and then you look to now, he's made a lot of changes along the way. They're gradual and subtle, but really interesting. But I gotta say, like, this is solid, big dog in the Transformers community, and you can definitely count on him. He does a lot of fun, quirky things, and he's funny. He doesn't crack as many jokes as in the early days. It felt like he was cracking a lot more jokes, but he is very hardcore when it comes to that transformation. I mean, I really can't emphasize that much more, but Imgo, great dude, solid reviewer. Check him out. So next I'm going to do kind of a threefer. This was my plan. All 3 of these were on the list. People definitely love all 3 of these reviewers, and I knew they do live streams together, so I was able to snap a pic of their live stream. So in the top left is TM Reviews, then on the right there is T-Man978. The bottom, Pake for Life. So TM Reviews up top left is really good. He also does great transformations, and that's something that he said a few years back. He said his goal is to have perfect transformations and really improve on transformations in his videos. And I'm not gonna lie, he did. He really stepped up his game, and he said that was his goal. He's achieved that goal. Really great job. Very informative. He's always on top of things, and truthfully, Masterpiece Transformers is his #1 collection, and everything else is like a way distant, like 12th. So Masterpiece Transformers is his, and that's what TM, Transformers Masterpiece. Now next to him is T-Man 978 Show Reviews. Really good dude, and he's another one that works on really great transformations. And I would put all three of these guys in the great transformation category. But the other thing about T-Man is he does Transformers, but he does a whole lot of other stuff. And it's always interesting to see, like, what is he picking up? What different off-the-wall thing did he grab this week? And it's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting just to get his perspective on other things than just Transformers. I myself, I like to collect a lot of things, and so does T-Man. It was fun to hear what he has to say about it. Then at the bottom, we got Pake for Life. Now, Pake actually, if I got it right, writes the transformation instruction manuals for MMC. If I'm correct on that, I think that's what he said he did. He does a live stream, and on the live stream shows the brand new figure right out the box and does transformation back and forth a couple of times, and it's very impressive. Very impressive. I think only one of them stumped him ever, and that was the cup from X-Transbots, and with that was the only one that got him stumped on his live stream. The rest of them he flawlessly executed, and the funny thing is he came back strong with that cup video. But I would recommend Pake if you want another one for transformation, but also the fact he's got connections in the industry, and he just knows so much about Transformers. Pake for Life at the bottom. All three of these great YouTubers. Next up, we got Ben at Ben's Collectibles, and there's also a second channel that I probably like even more, Ben's KO Lectables for knockoffs, KO Lectables. And he said he has the two different channels because official products on one channel some of these official companies don't want KO products featured on his channel. They wouldn't want to deal with him if he featured it. I don't know. I do both. It doesn't bother me. But anyhow, he's another one. He'll do some great transformations. He gets stuff really early. A lot of that has to do with his geographic location. And he's over there in the UK, I believe. And I think he recently just updated and redid his toy room and toy display, which is fantastic. I haven't seen a tour of it yet or anything, which would be cool. But it is fun to get his perspective. He's been around for a long time, and he's been collecting all different scales of Transformers, as you can see behind him. But Ben Collectibles, and if you've heard of me, then I'm pretty sure you've heard of him, but go check him out if you haven't. And if you didn't know he had a second channel about the KOs, he's got lots of great stuff on that channel too. But I really love getting his perspective on things. Also, because he's a good dude, and it's also interesting because he actually will tell you other places to buy from, because of his, of course, geographic location. He orders from other places. They might have stuff that even Show Z wouldn't have, or TF Source or any of those places wouldn't have. And so that is quite interesting also. And he'll pop up with something like I say, a KO out of the blue that I want to get, and I'll go get it. Ben's Collectibles. All right, I'm going to do my lazy 2-in-1 here, but Kato and Inutabi. And I got to say, both of these were both put on the list here, and I wasn't surprised either one. I got to mention number one about Kato. He seems to do a lot of the Legends stuff, and he does great transformations for Legends. I have to admit that Magic Square, and in some cases New Age, has gotten really complicated with some of their transformations. I'm more of keep it simple, stupid, but with them being so complicated, he puts in the work to make great transformations also, so good job right there. Plus, I like getting Kato's really cool, chill, calm kind of perspective on everything, and sometimes I get a little bit hyped up, overhyped up, but he's always so calm, and I'm like, oh man, you're so chilled out, especially after transforming this thing. You're that chilled out? I don't think I'd be, but yeah, pretty cool. Inutabi also does a whole lot of stuff, and he's another one that collects a lot of different things. I think really his main focus is G.I. Joe, but he does like Transformers, and I want to throw it out there. He's been commenting on my channel for years. So we've been chatting on the channel for years. Really good dude, and it's good to see him making videos. So I try to get in there and watch his videos, and leave some sort of comment too. But Fantastic. Both these, great guys. I'm going to check them out. Dennis Gottbot, I should have gotten a better resolution picture than this of him, but he does a lot of these live stream, and he'll do his news on Thursday. I can't seem to catch it live for whatever reason, but good dude. I think he mostly is interested in the mainline stuff, which is another place I go to get mainline news and to kind of get updates. But I like to get his fresh take on a lot of these things. He's in Canada. I think he's a teacher, and it's just interesting how his mind works, how he thinks about these things, and just one of the things that he talks about when it comes to price versus value, and he discusses the mass, the quantity, the weight, and are you getting your value per plastic, and he's got an interesting perspective on the collecting, so I like getting his perspective also. So it's a whole lot of fun. I'm kind of curious what he's going to say about this round of all of these leaks that come out for 2025, so I'll probably be hearing that one pretty soon. But Dennis at Gottbot, you want to check out Gottbot, and really good dude, and you'll enjoy it. Next up we have Memo224, and I think this is the same guy that did a really good job with breaking down all of the Magic Square Constructicons and how to do everything with combining it and setting it all up, and it was kind of fun to see that whole process go on. So I think he did a really good job of that. He does a lot of legend stuff, and like right here, this is something that I wanted to see, and now I might have to go order it. Might have to go quickly order this, but the painted version of Magic Square's Ironhide, giving you the New Age paint on a Magic Square body, and yeah, that's perfection right there. Do I need a third one? I don't know, but he's showing it. He's showing what it looks like, and that's pretty good. But I think he does a great job with showing all the details and detailed in the transformation. And when it comes to combiners, getting into that combine mode just right, he did a good job with that. So I got to say, definitely, if you're into the Legends, then you're into Memo224. Next up is Toys R Us. Now, I've got to say that I think I've come across this one a few times when I was looking for vintage videos. And the most recent one that he put up is vintage. It's a G1 Target Master, the G1 Scoop video. And that was pretty cool, pretty interesting. And so I think, yes, I do remember coming across a lot of the vintage stuff. I don't watch a lot of vintage reviews, and I have to admit, I don't think a lot of people do watch a lot of vintage reviews unless there's a particular character that comes out that is exciting or something, and it just brings a buzz about it. Maybe Hasbro or Fans Toys or Takara releases a sort of an oddball character, and then everybody's like, well, what's the vintage one like? I think that's when you see those vintage reviews, but still really good. He does a great job with it, and he's got quite a bit of different figures to show and different iterations, even of the same figure. So Toys R Us, great dude. Now we're getting into another one. This is another, I would say, a big YouTuber. I think he's got like 50-something thousand subscribers, and he's been around for years, but I just found out about him last year, and I've been chiming in to kind of get more information about non-G1 stuff. I'm trying to be a little more well-rounded. Okay, I'm well-rounded, but more well-rounded. And I don't know about a lot of things that aren't G1. He does have a great perspective on a lot of the stuff that is post-G1, and I like getting his takes. But also, he has great discussion videos. I don't know if I would peg him as a reviewer. From the videos I've watched in the past 8 months or so, have mostly been discussion type videos. I haven't seen straight up review videos, but I might just have missed those or something along those lines. And he may have a catalog of review videos, but discussion videos I think are what people want the most. News videos of what's going on, that's what people seem to crave the most. But with that great, interesting perspective, I have to say his perspective is a little different than some people's perspective, and that's good. I find that it's more fun to get different perspectives on the same topics, on the same stuff that's coming out. So that's TJ Omega, and he does a great job, and he does kind of, feels like it's a live stream kind of format. Last, we're going to end with Mang Motion. I gotta say, this is stop animation at its best. He does a great job, and with the transformations, very good job with the transformations. I know that he does do a lot of work for Show Z, and he'll literally do the work that puts on the Show Z channel, so that's great too. Fantastic work that he does over there. I can't imagine how much time it takes to put into the stop animation to do it, and to do it so well. I think the vast majority of his transformations are spot on perfect, and that is very good, and it's very helpful to a lot of people out there So great job right there. But it's also fun and to show quickly without having to talk. There's no language barrier in there because of the way it's shown. So that's fantastic also. But to show the features and to show what all comes with it and how it all works, fantastic job. Mang Motion, I'm sure you've probably heard of him. You've probably seen a video but didn't know it was his. But outstanding work. Check them out. All right, so this ends part 1 of top reviewers picked by the viewers, and I'll come back in 2 weeks to do another one. Feel free to put more reviewers down below. I'll love checking them out, giving you my take on them, and of course, everything's going to be all positive. I don't like bashing people, and that's just not me. I will bash situations, but not people. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe, and Titanium Hanger out.